Hey guys, good afternoon. Just wanted to do another review here on another deck. Kind of more of an overview. This is the Tommy Guerrero. It's the 2016 series Bones Brigade Series 8 deck. I just had somebody ask me about doing a review on another Tommy Guerrero. I do have the Series 12 up there, but I've already done the Series 11, and so they're essentially the exact same deck. Just a different colorway. At some point I will do the Series 12, but I wanted to mix it up a bit here, and this one, the iron gate is a different shape, obviously completely different graphic on it as well, and so I thought it was just pretty cool to do. And so this one actually has a pretty cool story behind it. When you're searching for skateboards, we all have our different resources. And so I like to look on Craigslist, Kijiji is another one I look at, Facebook Marketplace. There is a lot of people looking on these sites though, so you have to kind of expand your searches. So instead of just searching for Ontario, I search right across Canada. That gives me a little bit more opportunity too. And if you find somebody that has something that you like, offer them a little bit more, obviously to ship, but maybe a little bit more for the time as well. And most people will ship it if it makes sense for them. And so anyways, I found this one. I did find this one in Ontario, which is the province I live in. It was quite a few hours away still. Ontario is a big province, so I think it's probably still 8 hours away anyways. So the gentleman was kind enough to ship it to me. But this one was a unique find in the sense that when I was doing my normal looks, for Powell, Reissue, OG, and then I'll go through some of the skaters sometimes because people will list it based on skaters. This wasn't showing up, so I forget exactly what I punched in to get this search, but it was none of my typical ones. And I managed to find this one. It might have even just been skateboard, and maybe it was two words, so skate and board or something like that. And this one came up, and the initial picture was just like the whole top completely gripped. I think the whole top was completely gripped. So I'm like, okay, well, it's kind of a cool shape. I want to take a look at it a little bit more. And then you see the second picture, and it's this, iron gate here with Guerrero down it. I'm like, man, I think that's the Bones Brigade Series 8. And so anyway, sure enough, I take a look, do some more homework, and find out that it is the Bones Brigade Series 8. And so when I contacted this gentleman, he wasn't even big on like old school decks or whatever. He was just looking for a deck back in, I guess it was 2016. Managed to find this in a shop that was just sitting around. Kind of thought the graphics were cool. He slapped some longboard trucks on it and some longboard wheels. And so anyways, I got it for a pretty good price point because it was used, it had been gripped. As you can see, the grip came off quite nicely though. I used Goo Gone and then like a wood oil to clean it and condition it again. And so it came up really nice. The graphic's still really strong on it. And so this is the Dragon with more of that fanned out tail. The Series 12 has the tighter tail on this graphic, but on the Series 8 it's more of the older school fanned out tail, which is nice. And so anyways, the grip came up really nice. There is obviously some wear on the tail here. You can see a little bit, but very minuscule. There's obviously some riser burn here, some discoloration where the risers were. There's a couple other marks and stuff, but this deck has a story to it, which is cool. And so again, I've talked about this before, but collecting these boards is all about memories for me. It's all about the stories associated with them, whether it be my friends, the decks that they were skating, and or just memories of sitting down watching all of these guys skate these decks and the very limited videos we could get our hands on back in the day, which was mostly some of the Bones Brigade series videos, and then also a Vision Psycho skate video. I think I talked about that in the one original Gator deck that I did an overview on. And so anyways, yeah. So this deck, I managed to get it for a really good deal. Right away, I pawned the trucks and the wheels because I had no interest in them at all, being longboard stuff. They do cruise obviously well, but again, that's just not my thing. So anyways, got rid of the trucks and the wheels and ripped the grip off. And now it sits on my wall with my other Bones Brigade decks. But anyways, I'm going to just get my other computer live here. And so I'm on the bonesbrigade.com site and managed to get some of the specs on this deck off the site. So with this one, there was only 1,000 made. I'll show you the card that came with this deck, just in an image. I obviously didn't get it. The gentleman that bought it either just threw it out, or the store threw it out and just mounted this on the wall. I don't know. But either way, I don't have any of the cards that came with it. But you'll see there was only 1,000 in this run for the Iron Gate, so very limited of these out there. So it's a really rad find, even though it is used. It's a pretty cool find. But yeah, so let's get into the specs here. This is a pretty unique deck shape. So this one is called the Deck Shape 269. The deck concave is the K3B. And so again, this actually back in the day was quite a bit of concave. Again, we're coming out of, the early 80s to mid 80s where decks were pretty flat. So this is like starting to get crazy. We have like a nose here that actually comes up, which is awesome. So the deck wheelbase, again, we're measuring from the inside of the truck holes here. And so this one has the truck position option for 2 different positions. And so they give us 2 different measurements. And so if we're measuring from here to the first set of holes, then this is 14.5. If we go from here to the truck mounts that are a little bit closer to the nose, then it's 15.125. And so again, that would be from here to here. That one's 15.125. The closer one is 15.5. When we're looking at the deck length, it's 31.35 inches. The deck width, so coming across here, is 9.85 inches. So again, because this is double drilled for option and truck placement, it has 2 measurements. It's either 5.33 for the closer one, and or for the farther one away, it is 5.95 inches. And then the tail is 5.95 inches. This way, yeah, so from the back to there, 5.95. Yeah, so that's it. That's the Tommy Guerrero for you, the Iron Gate. Pretty rad graphic. Again, a little bit harder to come by. Very unique in its approach. Fans, more of the fantail on the dragon here, which is sweet. 2016. There you have it, guys. Don't know what else to say. Hope you like it. Rad deck. If you manage to get your hands on one, definitely keep it. This is a keeper for me. I do, move decks quite often, but I really dig this deck. And I'm not that big of a natural guy, but I really dig this deck. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, if I found it in a different colorway, then I would, swap it out or whatever. But yeah, I like this one. So at the end of the video, maybe I'll put up a picture of the specs, or maybe I've already ran them in the video, I don't know, but again, I'll put it at the end so you can take a closer look and freeze it if you want. And I'll put a picture of the actual card that came with this deck. And now when you're looking at that card, for whatever reason, they have a picture of Tommy with the Iron Gate, but it's a red stain. Anyways, that is the card that came with these natural stain decks. So here you go. All right, guys, thanks so much. Cheers.